What's up, y'all? Forgot a phone stand. Trying to get connected to the internet and it's not letting me. Bolt up, welcome in. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing today? Let's just pin something up. There we go. I'll just pin that up for a while. Ferris, Lawjod, We Are Eternal, and the Shotzi stream. I just turned on Dynamite. I don't have cable, so this is the first time I'm like watching it live. So we'll see how it is. I'm trying to connect to the internet here at the hotel that I'm in. So what's up, y'all? Welcome in. Welcome in, Neep. How you doing? So I did post a bunch of stuff in the buy now, guys. So the buy now is loaded with a bunch of stuff. We are on the road. We're up here in Walton, Kentucky. And what we are doing today, because we have our break tomorrow. Tomorrow's our last 2025 Chronicles Blaster Box break, guys. We did not hit an auto. We did not hit a 24 karat gold in the last 10 boxes. So make sure you guys bookmark that show. It's tomorrow at 8 o'clock. It'll be the last Manic 2025 Chronicles break of the year. Now, we are going to follow it up with 3 separate 6-box Prism Hobby Blasters. I believe 2 of those shows are posted, so bookmarking those shows would be very helpful for us. I'd really appreciate it. Um, I think the third one was posted. I'm not 100% sure. I know I posted 2. Desert Heat's in the building. Everybody give Desert Heat a follow. 717. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So, hey, yeah, I've been trying to post a lot of stuff lately. We actually just made another video. I'll be posting it to Instagram after tonight. If you guys are not following us on YouTube, TikTok, all the platforms, if you guys are on there, I need 3 favors. I need the TikTok follow on the manic.axe page on the purple octopus. I need the subscribe on YouTube, and I need the follow on Instagram. I need those 3 things. We're going to be doing a lot of new stuff with content about, cards going up. We're going to be talking about cards, all those kinds of things. If I could get on the internet, I would freaking plug the socials up on the show notes, but the internet's not working on my computer. So what we're doing tonight, guys, and I know you hop into a stream, you're looking to buy, you're looking to ask about things. And while I did put a bunch of stuff in the buy now, Biffle in the building. What's up, Biffle? Guys, make sure you're following Biffle for his Sunday special shows. George, what's up? George has one of the greatest gold collections that's out there. Make sure you guys follow him. What's up, dude? So today we're just doing a Q&A, right? What's up? What's up? So there's a couple things. We are doing our last 2025 Chronicles break of the year. We are doing it tomorrow night. We'd love if we get some more bookmarks on that show. Tonight we posted a bunch of stuff in the buy now. Everything has offers on and stuff like that. But what we're doing is we're just doing a Q&A. You can ask wrestling questions. You can ask card questions. As 717 was talking about the Instagram, go follow us on Instagram. We post a lot of stuff. We post daily stuff too. I've been talking a little bit about low end Braun Breaker cards. I actually hooked up with Weber today and bought a couple mojos from him. So if you guys saw his Instagram story last night, you saw the mojos he posted. Sold. So we we actually sold a few Braun Breakers to him when I was selling through Braun Breaker, and then now that I'm trying to buy him back, he was one of the first ones I hit up. What's up, Warlindo? Welcome in. So Ogre Hidalgo, welcome in. Just like I said, we are doing a Q&A. So if you guys wanted to just drop in some questions, we'd appreciate it. 5 names to hold on cards currently. All right, so some future stars. I will tell you, if you're looking to hold for value, I think you can still get in at pretty good prices for Braun Breaker. I posted a video not too long ago about CM Punk. I said Brock Lesnar, but I didn't include his rookie card. And Roman Reigns. Now, mind you, it was a different era back then. And as you grade those into PSA condition, you're going to get some extra value in that because of how rare it was to get that. And then nowadays, the print run on a 22 base rookie Braun Breaker Prism is probably not there. But, and in the video that I posted, you see that one person has the card post. Now, mind you, there's a bunch of people with a card posted higher, but one person has the card posted for about $30. This person has about 12,000 cards sold. Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure he knows he's not getting $30 for that base Braun Breaker rookie card. But as time goes on, if we get a generational run from Braun Breaker, I can see that being one of the pieces that holds like Heyman together. Now, I also have some other like theories that are going on. Like one of the theories is that you can look at some of the things that are going on and think that the masked man is actually there to help Logan Paul. And Logan Paul ends up becoming the Heyman guy. But, obviously that's speculation and storytelling. We'll see what it gets to. The next person that I would talk about holding on to, and the next person that like I'm kind of grabbing right now, is going to be the Thea Hale. Now, I take some risk in that because I think that her and the Joe Hendry mix up are really good. I don't think she wins the North American title. I mean, maybe they give her the shot. I just think her personality is like ratchety. But she does have very good talent. And when you have very good talent and you kind of follow the cues of other people in the line, you're going to end up being somebody's second, right? So when you're somebody's second and you're getting up to that level and you're up on the main roster and you're kind of getting a lot of TV time and stuff like that, that's where some of the value kind of pokes into. Exactly. And you got to think like, she's in Orlando for NXT, right? And Big League Cards, which is one of the biggest sports cards places in the Central Florida area, has her in all the time. So they did a video with her, and as she's showing her like rookie and even second year cards, she's talking about how she was like 18, 19 when those pictures were taken. She did the Chase U thing, and I think it like dimmed it down a little bit. But now that she's like popping off with Joe Hendry, and we're gonna see some of that go into the future, I think that she's definitely a good freaking hold. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening with that. But I definitely have been, PCing that for a little while, so I do have a little bit stronger hold on that one. So next, I'm gonna have to go with Ricky Saints. Now, I don't know, and I follow it a little bit, the AEW values, so I don't know what Ricky Stark is going to hold, but I think that Ricky Saints actually has some very good talent that can go into the next level. Now, mind you, I don't have anything against any other person in the world, right? Like I'm a very simple person, simple-minded, all that kind of stuff, right? But I don't see people like Obafemi and Trick Williams value taking off in any way, shape, or form. Like they're gonna hold, like, no doubt, dude, no doubt. And like, you remember, it's a business, so like when it's a business and you have friends in said business, you tend to move in the direction of where your friends are. So, for instance, if you're in a corporate world and you're always like, this person's getting promoted and this person's getting promoted, it's because they're friends with this person. It's because it does happen. And when it happens, you got to think like, unfortunately, it's just the way that it is. Right. So when you have somebody like that, and then now they're kind of meshing in the pair, like, obviously you got Oba versus Cody this weekend. I think that's a big match. And I think that Ricky interferes. we could see some Cody pairing up with, and it could be a thing like, we end up having Oba and somebody versus Cody and Ricky. It could be a match eventually, it could happen. And, we may see it, we may not. You never know. All right. Number four, man, this one's good. And remember, guys, I hang on to the WWE. I'm not really big into the AEW right now. Although I do have some opinions on some of the AEW holds, but I guess one of the people that I think you can still get in at a pretty good price for, and hold. I don't think this one's an in and out. And I'll give you my last one will be an in and out. But one that you can hold. Let's go with man. I want to say you can get in at a good price for her, but I don't think so. All right, what if we went this way? What if we want? I like Javon. I think he falls into the same category with Oba. I think he falls into the same category with Trick. I just don't think their long term. I don't think their longevity holds in the card world. I think they have a very good run. I think they're going to impress some people, but I don't think it's going to go far in the card world. I guess honestly, after last night and what I've been seeing from Undertaker, although I don't believe he has any cards, if I could get the computer to load, I'd look it up. But obviously, he's a little bit newer. He comes from LFG. Is Shiloh Hill. Okay. I think when you have the backing of somebody like The Undertaker, the presence that he has solidifies who you are. They're giving him his own slots for promos. They have him on TV now. He's going to show his face in NXT. He's probably going to end up the North American champion. Inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champions, the Babes of Wrath. I think that he may end up being the NXT North American champion. I think that Ethan Page eventually is going to fizzle out, and I really, really didn't want to. But now that I've watched him over and over again, and the things that he puts out there, I just don't think he has the longevity. But I do like Shiloh Hill, and I do think like somebody like The Undertaker being his mentor and being, who he was to him in LFG, I think that that may solidify some of his cards when they first come out. Now, an in and out kind of person that I want to talk about right now, he definitely does. And you got to think like character builds everything when you're talking about a superstar, right? And if you can fall into the right line, now, mind you, like, for instance, I know you were calling out Tony D'Angelo. I love the mafia, you know, made men kind of storyline, but a lot of people don't understand it anymore and they don't get it. And that's why like storylines like that are tough to keep up with. But I love that piece of the storyline, with the families and everything like that. But unfortunately what happens is exactly unfortunately what happens is you don't get to see that in fruition because back in the day, maybe 15 years ago, that was a great character to play, but how long does it last? um but my in and out person right now is probably going to be Raquel Rodriguez, and I think that you can get into her at a great price. And I think that the chase for the belt, not the belt itself, not if she wins, but the chase for the belt itself has people thinking and prospecting the way that they would for you know any other champion out there. And I think like what we're seeing from Liv and what we're seeing from Roxanne, I think Raquel actually gets a shot. I think that she interrupts the market to be the chase for a little while. And I think that you can get in at a really good price. Hey, Nikki, that's awesome. Congratulations, man. I hope you have a really good time. It's awesome just to go to Saturday Night Main Event in the first place. But so what we were saying is Raquel Rodriguez. Upcoming products. So let's talk a little bit about Bape. So I saw a few people breaking it yesterday. I think that the collaboration is kind of cool. I think that the mesh is kind of cool. I just, I bought a box because I want to open a box. I want to open a box for the YouTube channel and stuff, but I just don't think that it's my type of product. Not to buy over and over again. I will share and kind of grip into some of the people in some of the bigger sales, but obviously I'm more focused and drag into the low end. What's up, Two Turn? How you doing? Chris Hunt, welcome in. Yeah, it's a little ugly. So, it's not my thing when you're talking about, 30 plus dollar cards. Jakey JM, what's up? Make sure you guys bookmark tomorrow night's show. It's the last Chronicles break of the year from the Manic Axe channel, guys. The last Chronicles break of the year. We do not know what we're going to get into in 2026. We have some things on the horizon that we may end up getting into. So, guys, stay tuned to the Insta and the TikTok and all that kind of stuff, and you're going to see some great stuff. PV, welcome in. So, going back to hell yeah. So going back and we may be doing some crazy stuff. So this channel and others. Greg 4115, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? So Eastbound Co, welcome in. So, anyways, am I excited for some of the products that are coming out? So when you typically live into the low end stuff and then you try to like bounce into the high end and your risk factor goes up and you're looking at these things, like I think Exalted and Universe and Royalty all look pretty great, to be honest. I think that it's something that the collectors are going to grab. I'm not much of a thick card person, like patches and whatnot. I definitely think that like the patches that we saw in Royalty from Kyrie Sane are much, much better. And I think like we saw it in Flawless and we saw it a little bit in Treasures, but like the ring canvas patches, like those matte ring canvas ones from like Impeccable or Immaculate or whatever, like I didn't like those. I don't like that. I think it's great if you get them to sign it, but I don't think it's great as like a regular card. Like who I just don't get it. So I think like color really adds into the Royalty. I think Royalty is just a good product overall. I definitely think it's not going to be in the affordable range for myself. I guess we'll see. It's kind of going to be probably in the Flawless range, and maybe at the beginning you'll see prices go very high, then simmer down. You may be able to get one of those low end superstars at a good price, but I just don't think that the product's for me. I think it's a great product overall. I think once you get out of 35 point and you hit into like, 100 and something point, and that's not going to be me. Yeah, exactly. Like, how do you get a shirt relic from, um, how do you get a shirt relic from Braun Breaker? I mean, I guess he wears shirts sometimes, but I don't know. Ruthless Bow, long time no see. Yeah, like he's wearing tights, bro. It's just what it is. So, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking about that. I think Universe is going to be a great like middle ground for everybody, and I think like the tees. I think the tees kind of helped. I would love to see Tops do Tops Composite. Guys, we're just doing a Q and A. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in the chat. Infinite Zero, welcome in. So, do you guys know what Tops Composite is? If not, I'll explain it here in a second. So, last year we had football come out with Tops Composite. All right, football didn't have the license. They put out unlicensed cards in Tops Composite. Tops Composite was a mix, right? It was a mix of different brands. They had Blasters, Megas, and Hobby, I believe. Okay. Now, it was the first product that Tops put out for football in a long time, and it had very big auto chases for rookie quarterbacks. So, when you're looking at something like Tops Composite, it very well compares to Chronicles, to Anthology, to stuff like that. Now, you guys know I love my Chronicles, right? I love Optic. I love all these things. I think it's a great way. I think Topps Composite would be the best way for Topps to understand how they can go about wrestling cards because you have so many different people's opinion, right? So let's say we go back and we do these same sets again. So then you go Chrome, Finest, something special, something special, something special, Universe, Exalted, Royalty, right? So special, 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 Chrome, Finest, Royalty, Exalted, Universe. That's 8 out of the 12 months. That's putting a product out basically every 6 weeks, right? Okay. So instead, what you do is you mix it in the Cactus Jack hobby area, somewhere around there, right? You put out Topps Composite WWE. So what you do in this set is you put out all these things, and I wish that the computer would load because if it did, I could show you some of these things. So in Topps Composite, you had Topps Finest. Man, I wish I could pull it up because I'm drawing a blank on it. But you had a bunch of different things, and then you, as the collector, could sell, buy what you wanted. That was great. Now, the values of the cards are kind of Chronicles esque, right? A rated rookie optic Braun Breaker auto is like a $250 card, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like probably less than that on the base version, right? And I wrote about this on Flip the Tables, Patreon. And that card, right, in a complete optic set would probably be one of the biggest chases of the set because of the year it was made, obviously. So you'd have a Tiffany Stratton rated rookie, Donruss Optic auto. You'd have a Solo Sokoa Donruss Optic auto rated rookie. And then you would have a Braun Breaker Donruss auto rookie auto. You would end up getting Optic for 3 years in Panini. Now, flip the script and let's talk about this, right? Let's see if I can. No, I cannot. I wish the internet would work. But in Topps Composite, they put in Topps Finest. They put in Topps Chrome. They put in Topps Cosmic Chrome. They put in Topps Midnight. They put in a bunch of different like subsets, right? Just like they do in Chronicles. And then all of a sudden, Topps can use that data of sales of what people liked in that set at the beginning to make new sets. Now, I also think Topps has the ability to do this with Top Slam. Top Slam came out with Topps Chrome Black a few months back. Now, right now it's out and you can buy it like with money. But they came out with Topps Chrome Black a few months back. It had a limited print run or limited, flip run, whatever you want to call it. With the limited flip run, all it had was X amount of packs. And you can see it like every 20 minutes, they were losing 6, 7, 800 packs. So Topps Chrome Black cards were doing great on Top Slam. I also think that that's free advertisement for Topps to be able to make wrestling cards. So if there's anything that I could push for Topps to do, it would pretty much be that running a Topps composite and seeing where people land. So Slam is a free to play, free to download Topps app. So now at this point, they have Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, wrestling, and basketball. They have 5. Long, welcome in. McFlurry, welcome in. So they have 5 different collect apps that you can collect for free. You just buy a pack with your coins that you get free every day and you can get them. Now, people buy Top Slam cards. People buy Top Slam points and get packs and diamond packs and rare cards, and then people actually sell them on eBay. I'm sure you guys have all saw them. I'm sure you guys have went to go buy a card and you're like, really, $5? And it's a Top Slam card, and you need to have that, and you need to trade with them and all that kind of stuff. I really don't know how that works if you sell them, but Elephant Warrior in the building, welcome in, Elephant. But that's kind of how Top Slam works, and that's what you usually do on it. Now, I kind of do it to get some pictures for backgrounds. I do it to just waste a little time while I'm hanging out. I do it for a little bit of content. I don't dig really far into it because, like I said, I don't buy any of it. I just use the free coins. So, what's up, Elephant Warrior? Guys, make sure you're following Elephant Warrior. So, um, but yeah, so that's kind of where I see that nature going. What I'm going to do, like my 2026 is going to be dedicated to overall wrestling cards. So you will see Manic get into AEW. That's why I've been watching it a little bit more. I've been gaining a little bit of culture in that. I've been looking at who I would like to have as a collection. And kind of where I can go from where I'm at in the storyline. Next, Takashita. Is that who's wrestling right now? Anyways, Takashita. Slater Raid, welcome in. Okada. Yeah, I mean, the program's really good. I've seen a lot of it. T Kane in the building. What's up? All right. So, but yeah, we're going to. Oh, really? Takeshita? Yeah, I'm going to have to really dig into it. So, you're going to see us get into AEW a little bit. Watching and collecting and investing and all that fun stuff. So we'll end up starting to come out with videos for that. I think it's definitely something you can get into low, and I think that the ceiling's pretty high for them. I think they have the ability to continue to try to compete. I think that they just need a little bit more of a presence. I think Tony Khan's doing a good job with presenting the shows on his followed Instagram page. Like, I think, him getting involved a little bit with that is really good. Obviously, he's probably not the one doing it himself, but you know what I mean. Dizzy in the building. What's up, Dizzy? So, you're going to see us, and we've talked a lot about it recently. We're going to get into the MLW game with any products that are coming out with Panini. We talked a lot about Anthology. I actually bought a whole case of blasters, and I think it's at the house now. We're going to rip them on YouTube. So that video will probably be shot tomorrow. It really depends what time I get back. Yeah, I mean, I think that Michael Rubin said he's not interested, and I think some of the things that came out about the way that they're selling is like they're actually going to be pretty successful. I think they're just looking to buy some higher IPs. What's up, Why Not, guys? Make sure you're following Why Not. Tomorrow he is doing a 4-box Bape break. BAPE. So if you guys like those cards, remember we were just talking about them. Not, um, we've seen a few one-on-ones hit. We saw John Cena one-on-one hit. I think there was Liv Morgan one-on-one hit. I can't get onto the internet, otherwise I'd look. But what's up, dude? Make sure you guys are following them. Go pre-bet on those spots. Definitely a good chance to get in for the Lowski and get you a good spot. 32 spots in a 4-box break, and he always takes care of the people who do not hit. I've never had any problems breaking with Why Not. So everybody in chat, go ahead and bookmark tomorrow night's show. It's the last 24 Chronicles break of the year, guys. The last 23 Chronicles break of the year. And when we break tomorrow, Hootie Who 101, welcome in. When we break tomorrow, we're going to be doing a bunch of giveaways. We're going to give away about 10 spots. We're going to give away about 10 cards. If we hit pretty good, we may have some new items in the buy now. We did just get a list of our sub back from GameStop, and we'll be picking it up, I think, Friday, hopefully. I'm gonna end up PCing four of the cards based on the way that I've changed over the last, I guess, 100 days, because I ended up sending like four Braun Breakers in that sub, and or three Braun Breakers and a Rhea, and as much as I can, I'm gonna hang on to some of that stuff. I think it's a pretty safe bet to hold on Rhea too. Like if I got it. Paige Collette, indie scene. Follow a little bit of the indie scene. Usually it crosses over. So Paige Collette, Black Dahlia. Who's that? Guys, we're just doing a Q&A. We do have stuff posted in the buy now. I'll pin something else up so you guys can kind of take a look and see. Everything will ship on, I don't even know, Thursday. What's today? So today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, so Friday morning. Tomorrow night we're doing our break. Here's a rock degree 8. We have it only at 18. That's a refractor of rock. So CRPS. What's CRPS? Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. We're doing a Q&A talking about wrestling cards, wrestling value, things going up, things going down. We just got done talking about something we'd like to see from Tops. So, you know, Deckman's welcome in. No, really? Dang. That sucks. Paige Collette sounds familiar. Raiders, welcome in. So, oh, of course. You want to know if she didn't, right? Let's see if we can restart. 7 minutes. Nate Dogg's Hobbies, welcome in. All right, so if you guys have been paying attention to the page and make sure you guys are following us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that fun stuff. So if you guys have been following us on the page, we've been grading a lot of cards, and I've been grading on two separate levels. One being PSA, second being degree. So recently, I just saw a bunch of things regarding PSA. Obviously, the scandal, the Pokemon, the whatever. Mind you, I don't give a damn about none of that. You know when I'm going to give a damn about none of that is um when I end up selling to PSA is when I'm going to give a damn about that. And I'm not going to sell my cards to PSA. It's just not going to happen. I actually did my last sub. I took an L on it. So anyways, so the PSA scandal is citing some things, and what's happening is I'm seeing a lot of card shops now not do their PSA submissions to as like you go into a card store and then they'll submit your cards to PSA for you. I'm seeing a lot of people back out from that. They are no longer doing that because of the controversy. Now, mind you, I don't know if that really truly makes sense because I don't honestly think that we're seeing that with everything. I think that the common mistake was made, the common mistake was fixed, and however they want to justify it, that's on them. But if you are submitting your cards with intentions of selling them to other people, not the PSA, to other people, to take them to shows, to have them to collect, whatever. You should not care about them changing it from a 9 to a 10. Whatever happened after they got the card back, it's your fault for selling it to them. And I think that that's a hot take because people honestly have their own opinions on it. But what I'm trying to say is that you wanted to try to grade it, they graded it, and then they obviously wouldn't have left the same cert number and changed it to a 10 because there's no way the internet is not going to catch them. The internet caught them. Oh, and then other people's are happening that way. You're selling your cards to different people than graded it. It's just what it is. And then if they go to put it in another, if they go to, they are buying it to put it into a repack, right? So then they go and they take the card and they don't know where the card came from. The graders that get it back to put it into the repack or whatever, those people don't know where the card came from. So if they don't know where the card came from, how do they know that they bought it back? So then they look and they see, and then they're like, well, what if now we're selling this card? PSA is going to sell this card to somebody else. So they probably audit every single card that they buy to make sure that they didn't make a mistake in the first time because now it's going into a sealed repack product. And if just one of their repack product cards, doesn't matter if it's power packs, doesn't matter if it's graded grails, it does not matter which one it is. If it is PSA signed off and it comes back and it is not real and it is not authentic and there's something wrong with the card that doesn't signify it being 100% perfect, whether it's a 100% perfect PSA 9, 100% perfect PSA 10, the only people in the world that get blamed is PSA. It is not Power Packs. It's not GameStop. It's not Grady Grails. It's not Jeff Wilson and Cards HQ. It is PSA. So, of course, when they buy cards back or buy cards in because they took offers on it, they don't know. They could have graded it 6 months ago. And a different person looks at it, partisans welcome in. And now they reevaluate it. And if they see and they're comparing to other cards and they're like, actually, it's probably a 10. Because remember, if you send in the same card, and this is where Pokemon gets tricky because it's the same kind of card. If you send in the same card in the same sub, let's say I send in two 24 Prism Brawn Breakers. I just did this recently. One is perfect. Everything's great with it. PSA 10. One is a little more off-centered than the other. You've graded the one with the off-centering a 9. Because if you graded a 9, the perfect one is the one that you compare it to. That's just the way that it works. So like I said, they don't know when they're re-auditing these cards because they probably have to re-audit every single one before it goes into a pack. They are comparing it to other ones. And if the grader that originally graded the card didn't take good notes, they're probably not going to not change it. And that's why a lot of them changed. Because think about it, right? If you operate that way and you've done 1,000,000 cards, 1,000,000, let's say 1,000,000 repacks, and there's 100 that are wrong, 100 that you regraded that were wrong, because it's not like there's no 9s out there. There's 9s. 100 that you graded that weren't wrong, regraded. What's that? 100,000 is 10%. 10,000 is 1%. 1,000 is 0.01. 100 is 0.001. 0.001% of those cards were regraded and changed. Now, that's not the exact figure, but think about Is that real? Like 0.001? Mind you, you spilled a drink at work today. Out of the 1,000 drinks you've drank, you've spilled 5 of them. 100, 10%, 10, 1%, 5.5%. You've spilled more drinks than they've changed grades on cards. I don't know. That's a hot take, I guess. You could consider it, Manic's word. Mind you, I don't care what they do. They want to buy the car back and change the grade? By all means. I don't think you necessarily ripped me off. You just are ripping somebody else off, but you're not. I mean, if you graded the card and you bought it back as a 9, and then you regraded it and you gave it a 10, like, of course, two humans being different are going to grade it 2 different ways. And that's what I'm saying is like the card comes back to somebody else on a different day, at a different time, in a different facility. It doesn't matter. So, let's see if we can connect now. All right. What's next? What do we got to talk about? Oh, we can. Um, where do you guys go for top loaders when you're buying them? Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Mm. What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Franny, welcome in. Who just took the super kick? Is that guy's name Luchasaurus? Hmm. Somebody reached out to Whatnot and say they're missing 1 card out of their whole order. What a character. Oh, storytelling is pretty good. Church hymns, welcome in. Make sure you guys are following church hymns. Really? Oh man. McLovin, welcome in. How you doing? We're doing a Q&A for anything related to wrestling cards, wrestling, tops, grading. Um, we're going to talk a little bit about degree grading here in a second. So hold your horses. It'll be under 2 order numbers since it was two wrestlers he's stating the missing specific cards. All right, there we go. All right, welcome in. Welcome in. Porters, welcome in. CS player, welcome in. Pyro Booty, welcome in. Jesus. Old school wrestling fan, welcome in. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, there's got to be something. Oh, my grading order was complete, actually. So it's funny actually. So my last degree grading order, they I think it was 20 cards, maybe 25, but one card's coming back. It was too thick for them to grade. So I got a couple PSAs that should be here by Friday. I'm gonna assume that this degree order will be here Monday based on when they sent this email out. Like my 30 card degree order is done grading, so I'm assuming that'll be done soon, ready to ship. And I have a 40 card degree order that I just sent out. I have another 10 that are going out to PSA Friday. And then I have another 15 that I'll be doing myself to PSA. And actually, I will be deciding probably by the end of next week if I'm going to buy a PSA subscription. Now, DGen, what up, dude? How you doing, brother? We got a bunch of stuff pinned up. Let's pin up this. Let's pin up this rock PSA 9 purple. So we're doing a Q&A today. Just talking wrestling. You know, whether you're here, whether you're not. Let's see. Manic@outlook.com. Package was delivered, so we did get our case of Combat Anthology. Does anybody know if Combat Anthology blasters have a guaranteed kaboom? I did get our Intimidator's Bray Refractor that I'm sending out to get graded. Right? Like the hair going up and everything. Yeah, that's a cool card. Christmas, I'm getting my son a full case of this is treating him. Because there's literally like nothing else that we want to do except rib cards. So we're getting a whole case of 2022. Right? That one from Universe looked great. 2022 Prism, we're getting a whole case of that to rip on Christmas, for Christmas or whatever. And it's like a 30-way gift. So it'll be about 8 boxes me, 8 boxes, it'll probably be about 6 boxes me, and then 4 4 boxes me, no, 5 boxes me, and then 8 and 7 for my 2 kids. Premier Collectibles and Zav will come in. So, I think the next order I have with PSA should almost be done too. Um, I can tell you that grading yourself and selling them right away kind of has like a backlash to it. So that's why I was liking sending cards every week to what's it called? But I don't know. Dude, did you see the video Neep I put out yesterday of like bands and all these people should just go ahead and freaking go live every day? Dude, like I don't even know some of these people. Like I know who they are, I know who they were, but like, okay, so Billy K's live right now, right? I know who that is. But dude, these people are ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, worn armband and choker set, $43. And worn photo shoot dress. Who's buying these? Who is buying these? It's not females trying to wear the stuff. What are you doing with women's clothes? Dude, what are you doing with women's clothes? Dude, worn bikini bottoms. Just the bottoms were $100. Dude, look at this. Hold on. $93. $57. The same person. The same person bought $140 worth of a bathing suit. It's probably a dude. You can't fit in that, you fat fuck. Right. And I put out videos about this a long time ago that like as I was watching whatnot, I was starting to see like if for instance, if Bobcat, right? If he can sell his auto for $4, $6, $8, what if like you were a broke athlete, all you have to do is go live and sign stuff and make money. Ronnie Radke went live on Whatnot selling merch on his jet to Orlando for Warped Tour and sold $100,000 worth of clothes by just being live. Worn photo shoot green bikini top, $57. Oh, it's the same dude. The same guy's buying all the worn clothes. He's spent over $400 on used clothes, dude. The guy spent $400 on used clothes. Seriously. What's he gonna do? Wear them? Come on, man. Dude Natter. This is the guy buying them. And I'm honestly not one to like make fun of anybody. I'm really not. But like you're buying used underwear. Not even you like it's not like it wasn't washed. It was washed. What do you think they just went home and just didn't wash it? If it was maybe yesterday and then they said like unwashed, what are you going to do with it? But imagine if there's a market out there. Like, all right, get this. What if Matt Cardona went live and sold Chelsea Green's underwear? How much would they go for? Real talk. We're in a bad place right now. We're in a bad place right now. The top 1% of the world, I know it would be real high. The top 1% of the world, heels and steals, what up? The top 1% of the world would fund all of these things. And they are. I just couldn't imagine like if I didn't have like the funds, and I don't know these people's financial situations, but even if I had some funds, what is the point of buying those things? What are you going to do with them? I just want to know. Oh, you know what? I can look at eBay. So this year on Whatnot, I will have done 40,000 in sales, which is crazy. I could have told you like at the beginning of the year, there's no way I would think I would do that, right? And I did the math, and I'm going to talk about it on a little video later. But I did the math, and like if you take inventory on hand, and if you take money spent, like expenses, and you minus money on or inventory on hand, so not cash, but inventory on hand, and then you add in all the stuff that I was able to buy for the PC, like I'm definitely profitable. Now, how profitable? I don't know. I didn't keep very good track at the beginning of the year. I did all my expenses, but like I don't have like a yeah, W is a W. W is a W. I don't have like a I didn't have a good inventory tracking system, and I still don't. But this is kind of where here I'll show you guys. This is kind of what I've been doing over the last few weeks to make it a little bit more simple. Um, so like this is kind of where everything lives and dies, and that's my sales, and that's the amount I have in inventory. That's how much I have out in grading, how much cash, how much other, how much whatnot, spending, and then total in, and then total grading. So you know, like I turned this page into a pretty good year for myself. And honestly, like if I do the math and I was at zero positive, I was just a zero, I would be perfectly fine because I like hanging out with everybody. I like ripping cards. I can't just buy all these cases myself and rip them myself. I'd have to be rich. There's just no way to do it. And this lets me have a platform to be able to do it while supporting others, while gaining relationships, which is just something that I really like. Um, I think that there's a big announcement that we're working on. Yeah, I'd have to be rich to do all that. It's definitely worth more than the money. It's worth my sanity too. And I think, when you like something and you're really invested in it, that you can really, 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 really I used to be in a really bad place. And without getting too deep into it, like that place, it probably would have killed me. Um, my attention was always on that place. No, the mean streets, dude. Northwest Ohio. So, actually, Southwest Montana. Um, but I was in a really bad place, and I wasn't being the best I could in the relationship that I was in. I wasn't being the best father that I could be. I wasn't who I actually am. And I want to say that over the last year, the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, the overspend, the oversell, the do this, the do that, but the learning, the cultivation of this page has really taught me a lot. It's taught me to be a better business person. And not only can I be Finest, welcome in. Not only can I be a better business person in this, right, and try to do better for the business, but it taught me to be a better business person in my actual career. And when I look at things from a perspective of that, it's like I'm learning things every day by just being a part of this that I never learned before. That I'm watching, I work in a business of retail food, and you have to watch consumer trends to be able to get ahead of things. So when you see consumer trends in this marketplace, you put your focus on that and you can take care of them. The one thing I've said over the last 2 months, I send it to my friend almost every other day, is grade RIA. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you want. Grade RIA. Here's why. People want graded RIA. So I was able to build something like that. I think that was, whether the success of the business or whatnot was there, whatever the tax bill comes back as, which, if I did the math correctly, and I get all the rights off, she's gonna sell forever, dude. I have a full RIA submission that I'm sending. Um, I'm also buying a lot of Braun Breaker rookies, and I think I'm gonna do a nice 50 card Braun Breaker rookie prism only sub. I think that I'm going to work on that because, I saw a video one time that I've watched multiple times of this person who has a bunch of SGC 9 and 10 Patrick Mahomes rated rookie, just a rated rookie. And he's just flicking through them. And the video just catches my eye every time. And I have to keep watching him go through all the Patrick Mahomes. I feel like Braun Breaker can be that person. But imagine if you saw somebody flicking through a bunch of graded Roman Reigns. It didn't matter if it was PSA or SGC. And these were SGCs. So I just want to do it. I want something like, sometimes I like quantity. And I know that, some people don't enjoy the quantity, but sometimes I enjoy quantity. And although I like quality, like if I rated, let's say 50 Braun Breakers, I know I could put that money into 3 Braun Breaker Helixes or a Braun Breaker Color Blast, and then the quality would be there. But nothing would replace the fact that I want that quantity. I want to be that guy. The Kabuto King? It's going to be like that. So, let's see. Here's some Topps composite. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'd like to see. So you see Topps Chrome, you see Resurgence, you see Chrome, you see Chrome. What else? What else? What else? Chrome. Uh, Chrome. You see Allen and Ginter, right? That's Allen and Ginter, I want to say. You see, come on, more than Chrome. Voltaic. This old school 1973 anniversary. So something like the O-Pee-Chee Lote. Topps Chrome Black was in there. You just got a bunch of things from a Cosmic Chrome. So you just got a bunch of things from Top Composite. More pink parallels in wrestling for some reason. So, obviously there's the pink shimmer. What else? What, like a magenta maybe? like a magenta pink, kind of like here, let's see. Pink refractor. Like something like this. This was Chrome 24 football. Dalton Roadhouse and welcome in, guys. We're doing a Q&A, so if you have any questions, let me know. Baseball does. I think Topps Chrome baseball pink. I think they do pink for the blasters. Yeah, they do pink for the blasters. So here's the baseball pink. Yep. I think it's blaster exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. And then I want to say magenta is like $2.99. Magenta. Yeah, magenta speckle. $3.99. $3.50. Looks like red to me, but I don't know. It's magenta speckle for sure. So I think that would mesh well. I think that wrestling, I don't know if I really liked the Topps Chrome design after having two back-to-back Topps Chrome designs from baseball that really worked out well. I get they have to be different in each sport. I like orange. I like orange. I think I just bought a here, let me see if I can log into ComC real quick. I think I just bought a Chris Jericho orange. That's a sneaky pickup I'm picking up on the side. What I'm trying to do is trying to so get this. I buy my groceries every week through PayPal. On PayPal, they're giving me cash back for buying groceries. And what I've been doing with that money is I put that money, I'll take $5 for energy drinks each week. So that's 2 to 4, depending on the BOGO. Right. Unfortunately, hold on. Oh my gosh. I don't remember. Can you guys see me? All right. Sorry. Oh, Jesus. Let me get this code real quick. All right, we're back. Have you guys ever bought codes from or cards from ComC? Holdren, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. If you guys have any questions, let me know. So this is usually what I do. All right. So here we are. Let's zoom out a little bit. And we're in ComC. And we're going to look at recently added. And let's do WWE. All right. So here's a good example of a good card, right? We have this in the EX to near mint. So they're the ones judging the quality on this one. So it's looking pretty good. Now, all I got to do is make an offer or buy now. Now, when I buy it, it's going to go to my account and I can resell the card. If you look at the card value, you're going to find that other cards are selling for way less. Now, can I tell you something about this card? That's the Alexa Bliss SmackDown Live rookie card. I recently graded one with the Greek rating. I had a request for Alexa Bliss in one of my shows. I then showed this card and sold this card in a degree 9 because of the condition of these SmackDown Live paper cards. They weren't the greatest. A degree 9 for $40. It was like 38 something. So buying for 520, grading for 10, and then selling for about $15 profit. Now, I can do that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 copies of this card that are all under $10. So what I did was added them to my cart, all 10 of them. So maybe it's a purchase for later. I don't know. Let's see. We have, I guess the one that I was looking at, it is. And the reason that it was more is because this one is bronze. Makes it a little bit more valuable. I don't know if it drags it up by $10, but we'll see. We'll add it to the cart. The other one's $30 and it's 60% off. So, all right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the WWE. Let's see. Rockets, welcome in. So this is a play I've been doing. We're looking at recently added. So Dante Chen. So anything that's auction, I'm not really looking at. I'm really looking for buy now. So on the left hand side, I can just go ahead and do buy now only. And the reason I'm not looking at any auction ones is because what it is when it's an auction, it's just an eBay and it's just showing you that it's an auction from this site. So at the end of the day, like there is an additional charge for shipping and whatnot, but it's no big deal. All right, so added in there. So here is a Bray Wyatt. Neep, here you go. Here's a Bray Wyatt rookie card. I'm sure you have this already. From Topps Base. Definitely a good play here. We have a few. We have one at $10 exactly. I don't know what items stored remotely means. Never seen that before, but so here's a good play right here. Let's go ahead and add all 6 to the cart. All right. So now we're going to go backwards a little bit. Here's a Triple H refractor from Topps Chrome 2014. Now, these I want to say in a, yes, exactly. Look at this X Fractor price. An X Fractor of this card is $90 bucks. Atomic's going to be $875. And then you got the X or the refractor, which is 8. Interesting. The base of this card is going to be 38 cents. That's actually not bad. I may have 38 cents. Let's see. Roofinator in the building. What's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. Do I have 38 cents? I have 26 cents. What's up, dude? How you doing? Hmm. All right. So let's go back. Good to hear, bro. Don Roger, welcome in. So if you're looking for like cards like this that you may find iconic, but you can't afford the gold, that's you know, whatever, X hundred, whatever, then this is a good play. Dude, I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. Just got an email that says my degree grading order is coming back. That is ComC. So check out my cards. I think it's under check out my baseball cards. Cran Tyler, what's up, dude? So if you guys have any questions, this is a Q&A session. We're just talking some stuff, watching a little AEW, but really just talking about selling cards, who we're holding, what we're doing right now as far as plays go. Nice. Yeah, I got another one going out. It went out yesterday. A 40 card order. And then I have a 40 card order that I'm going to send in January. Um, I'm waiting on an order from ComC, the site I'm showing. So I'll show a couple more of these plays that I'm having. So let's see. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling good right now. Let's buy a couple cards. Let's buy a couple cards. So in this website, guys, you never have to take the card. You can list it right away. So for instance, here, let's show it again. All right, so we're gonna go in here to Inventory Manager. All right, and then I have let's do this Brawn Breaker Intimidators. All right. So here's the Brawn Breaker Intimidators. I bought it for 65 cents. There are two for 40 to 55 cents. Let's do something else. Something I got for lower. It's not much. Okay. So here's Chris Jericho base 2015 refractor. So I made a play on that. So here's what we're gonna do. On the right-hand side, right? On the right-hand side, what I can do is I can go ahead and make this card about 275, right? I do have one listed for 150 to 174. There's three in that range. But if I'm the last card standing at 275, the card will sell. Now, mind you, quality matters too. I did aim the card. So we're going to add 25 cents for shipping and handling, and then we are going to save the price. Why would that happen? Okay, so $3. Price too low. $4. So now it's for sale. But anyways, so that's kind of how to do it. Sorry. Naj, welcome in. Okay, so here I did have an opinion about it. I talked a little bit about it, so I'll kind of throw this out there again, Cran Tyler. So you got to think that PSA is a pretty large company, right? So PSA is partnered with Cards HQ for graded grails and GameStop for power packs, right? Victor, what up? So if I'm PSA, I'm person A, I grade the card, it's a 9. I send it off. Then it goes to whoever's going to ship it, right? Let's say the vault people. So person B. Person B says your grades are ready. You get a 9. Here's your offer. We'll offer you $100, right? Fair market value for a 9. Person B has sent that offer as the 9, bought the card back. Now they send it back to the grader, right? Because why? They're not going to risk their whole new theme of packs, right? And they're going to send it off to person C. Person C is a second grader, a quality control expert, a different quality control expert than the one that did it before. Person C takes a look at the card, takes a look at a like card, and says, no way, this is a 10. This is a 10. They have no idea where their card came from. No idea, right? They don't know if it was bought back. They don't know if it was something that, they got sold to. They don't know anything about it. All they know is that what's up, JT? Make sure you guys are following the homie JT Rips. Also, join the Facebook group JT Rips Wrestling Card Marketplace. I believe that's how it's said. He can pin it down below if he wants. So you got to think like the quality control expert that's doing it the second time is going to make sure that that card's 100% right before sending it off to be in a power pack or a graded grail or whatever. Because the thing is, they probably even crack them themselves to look at the card again because they want that transparency. Like they don't want to buy back a card and put it into something and it be wrong. Because if it's wrong and it goes to the consumer in that nature, they're done. So they messed up, right? They messed up because they came to get the same cert number. So that means the card probably went to a quality control specialist. That quality control specialist graded the card again, gave it the fair grade, and then kept the same cert number because the same cert number was attached to whatever was going on in that booth at that time. So that's my opinion on it. Do I think it's wrong? Yes. Do I think that there needs to be a lot of stuff said about it? Sure. But I think that that's what it is. I don't think it's them doing it on purpose because probably 4 to 5 separate people touched that card in different processes. So maybe it was a 9, but that's the error that you get with human grading. Not to say that AI grading is that much better. I'm sure that it's more fair, but you're going to get a lot of 8s and you're going to get a lot of 9s. It's just the way that it is because it's grading. Take a picture with ChatGPT and see what it says. You probably think it's a 10 and it's an 8. So, all right, let's see if we can add in some money into this account. We're doing Rain Bet. Anybody do Rain Bet? We're sponsored by him. No, I'm kidding. I want to play that music that they always play when they're playing Rain Bet. The doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. So yeah, we're just doing a quick Q&A for tonight. So if y'all have any questions, let me know. What's up? What's up? What's up? We're just gonna look at by now. So it's actually funny. Those 3 cards that I picked first were actually pretty good cards. Oh, here's another one. Look, CM Punk from 2014 Topps Chrome. You're gonna get that for $9. You got 2014 Topps Chrome Roman Reigns. That's a pretty good one for $10. Like this is a solid play in here. I don't know what item store remotely means, but like buying this, seeing like whatever this person's doing, I don't know what that means. I don't know how they're storing them remotely. But like buying these items and then running them at a live auction, like a 2015, like that's not fair, not fair market value, but I feel like that card would probably go for more in a live auction, maybe somewhere around 17. And it's pretty clean. So let's see what else we got. What else is new? Ooh, Seth Rollins for $8 atomic. What would be your max bid on that one, guys? What would be your max bid on a Seth Rollins atomic? Are we getting our 8 out of it or no? Are we getting our $8 out of that card? This one's a good one. This one in gold was like a $500 card. Yeah, so whoever this is, DTL Braves 25, has probably this whole set and multiples of it because he's posted every single card from the set recently. What else we got here? You got Randy Orton on the Atomic. I like the Atomics. Oh, here's Stone Cold on purple. See, like as I'm looking at this card right here, this right here, bad sign right there. Look at this off centerness. They take really good pictures of the cards. I'll tell you that. So, what else we got? Anybody else has any questions? How about this one? I would say pre-rookie, and it's an authentic shirt relic from Charlotte Flair. Ooh, here we go. Here's a sneaky play. All right, here's the deal, right? One copy only is under $75. Every other copy is $75. Every other copy is from one person. I just kind of imagine sending my cards to a place like this and it just being there for that long. And like, I mean, I guess makes it easier. It's like a consignment, but Morgan, welcome in. See any other good ones in here? Yeah, so we ooh, some yellow diamonds. Were yellow diamonds not numbered from Cactus Jack? Or were they to 75? I don't remember. See, these 22 Prism Undertakers were great, but they were definitely off center too. All right, let's see. We got a Sasha Banks 2020 X Fractor for $12. Um, Breaker rookie year, not rookie. Trick Williams rookie, got 13 of them for 54 cents, starting at 54 cents. Yeah, I think these paradigms were underrated. Man, you can buy just so many old school cards in here for so cheap. Like live auction, live auction. What's this card doing? Live auction, starting at $1. What's this card doing right now? I want to know. What's your max bid? 4? Let's just say it's $4. $4. You're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 copies of this card for $1 or less. Max bid's $4. So let's say you get 3 off of the sale. You're making $2 per CM Punk card 12 times. The problem is you can't run all 12 in the same show. You can run 2, but you can't run all 12. I think you may get 6 to 7 on maybe the first one. And it's just because it's a good image. Right, guy? What up? What else we got? So the only thing I don't know about this site is if people name their own price. Look at this. That's the base card. Nice, Victor. Nice. That's the base card. $49.99 for the base card. Okay. Jesus, look at this one. Nice, dude. I hope for all tens for you, brother. I hope for all tens for you. If you guys are ever looking to consign with us, we are doing 80/20 for the remainder of the year. So if you agree to a consignment with us, we will do 80/20. So if you got a bunch of cards you're trying to sell, let us know. We will be running 80/20 for the rest of the year. And then we're going to go to 75/25 starting in 2026. My dog, Frank, what up? How you doing, brother? Okay, so you cannot tell me that this card right here, this swatch, right, of Dean Ambrose, I can't get $8 for. You can't get $8 for that live selling. I would say eight's fair. Squatchy, what up, dude? Clutch, what up? We're just doing a Q&A, so if you got any questions, drop them in the chat, guys. Right? Here's another sneaky play. Look at this one. All right, so this one's numbered, right? Yep, there it is. Out of 2011 or 2010. So, like $1.24, I could at least get 3 or 4 for that, right? Like if that was the play. I think that's a good play. Finding a lot of good plays right now. I don't have any money in the account, but finding a lot of good plays. You got some of this raw deal trading card game in here. Here's an Xavier Woods auto. Hogan to 299 from 22 Prism, $20. The next one lowest is $39.99. Here's a Tatum rookie to 199. I think that's a sneaky one too. $8. It's tricky. So let's see if I can request a sub. Mm. You got to be careful because you have to inventory management. Raid from the Pinto Beans. What's up, Raiders? How you guys doing? What's up, Pinto? How you doing, brother? We are just doing a Q&A, so if anybody has any questions about wrestling cards, some plays that we're doing, anything you're trying to pick up, anything that we're trying to pick up, just drop them in the chat, guys. We are doing a Q&A. So, all right, here is the deal. Request shipment. All right, here's where it gets a little tricky, and you really got to be strategic about what you're buying and when you're buying it. First off, you got to think that this place stores thousands, thousands of cards. I've requested two separate shipments from them. Both of them, one of them I requested in November, and we're not going to see it until the day before. I think it's like 1 week from now, December 17th. Maybe it's in here. Profile. Let's see. Shipment history. All right, so here's what it is. So here's my request for the ship. Requested on 11/26 and requested on 12/7. Shipment request successfully completed, and the ship date will be 12/18 and 12/10. So this should ship today. I'm assuming that it'll be in the mail by the 17th. This will ship on the 18th. So what has to happen is they have to go and find all these cards. Mind you, they probably have a pretty good inventory system, but it takes time and people request stuff like that every day. They have to go and find these cards and then get them together and then ship them. Now, let's go create a submission if I wanted it. Request shipment. This is where it gets tricky. Now I have $10 in my account, or I have 12 cards. So the base rate for shipping is the $5, right? Like gets you the bubble mailer or whatever, gets you the box. Then each individual person adds 25 cents. I'm assuming because they have handling fees that are involved with ComC holding the card, right? Because I think you have to pay ComC to hold your cards like before they get them. Like you have to give them the money first. So let's say you pay $20 for them to hold 500 guards or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the cost is. I just know that you have to do that. So it asks me every time I relist the card if what shipping and handling is supposed to be. So I just add a quarter. I think that's what most people do. But when you're buying them, it doesn't tell you that. So I did run into that issue last time. You also need to make sure that your your account is set up when you're buying them to buy and retrieve and not buy and flip. If it's buy and flip, it'll come with those extra costs because it doesn't ever think that you're going to redeem them. It actually thinks you're buying them to sell them online. I think that this is a secret wrestling card area, and obviously I'm talking about it here, so I'm not like gatekeeping anything, but I've bought over 350 cards from ComC. I bought 350 cards in the last 2 months on ComC, and I want to say my buy cost is probably an average of $1.42, including shipping, because like I did add that in there. So if I want these 12 cards, I got to pay $9. So I would say $8.99 is a little cheaper than Whatnot if you're buying, if you max bid or if you max ship or whatever. You know. So, but you can see this. Hold on. I can set the shipping and handling. Asking price, shipping and handling equals the list price. So this list price I don't know why there's no shipping and handling. Like it should be 25 cents automatically. See, because like if I do this $7, it's for sale for $7. So because I bought it and I intend on keeping it, there's no like shipping and handling, I guess. I don't know. Still getting used to it. I've been buying a lot on there though. I haven't sold anything yet. But I've also acquired everything that I've been buying. So let's go back. WWE. Once again, we're looking at recently added buy now only. So we were on page 2. See, like this Sting card, this and this John Cena are definitely like this John Cena is definitely a steal. 385. Now, once again, I don't know what that means. Standard shipping only and everything. I think that's because you're buying it straight from him. Look at that Rey Mysterio Atomic. Sting. Look at this Sting card. I actually had this card and I sold it. Sometimes I sell cards and I'm like, oh dang, I wanted that one. But at the end of the day, like it's just a card. The cards that I want are sticking around. Sting's your favorite? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let's see what else we got. Seeing like I'm trying to keep my average card cost under like $3, but I'm also engaging in $5 to $10 purchases. Um, but we'll see. See, that one's at auction. I didn't want any auctions, but that's fine. John Cena variation, $15. Ryan, what up? Seeing like this is what worries me a little bit about Cactus Jack is all these other cards like do not have multiples like in wrestling. But Cactus Jack, like think about this. Rhea Ripley has 31 Cactus Jack cards in ComC. Obafemi 21. Roman Reigns 26. Liv Morgan 15. Tiffany 27. Seth Rollins 40. Uh, Ricky Saints 28. It's a 44-cent card. Not a bad $2 start. See all this Cactus Jack recently uploaded? Like, it's flooding it. It is flooding it. But you gotta think like you're getting what? 80 cards a box, right? 4 times 20, 80 cards a box, and there's 100 people on the checklist. So 3 times 20, you're getting 60 base cards, basically. Sokoa on the optic out of 49, $5. That's a solid play. I love me some purple. Seth Rollins to 199. I would say that's a couple dollar card. Here's a play that I did the other day. It was Raquel Gonzalez for $1, numbered out of 199. It's probably a lot of sapphire in here too. But we are going to get off, guys. So, does anybody have any questions before we go? I hope everybody enjoyed it. We tried to talk as much as possible, just kind of educate, talk about the business side of things, talk about what we're looking at right now, what we're going for. Oh, you can get power packs or power chips in here. Anybody have any questions? Appreciate y'all joining. We will be live tomorrow night with Chronicles, 8 p.m. Join us, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Join us. We're gonna have a great time. Join us. We have a big announcements coming soon. Join us. Any questions, guys? See you guys. Thank you so much.